Hi friends, welcome back to the channel. Have you ever spent hours searching for a record you just know should be there and come up empty? You double check the name, the dates, the place, and still nothing. It can feel frustrating, even discouraging, but I promise it doesn't mean you're a bad researcher. The truth is, there are some very common reasons why records are hard to find. And once you understand them, it gets a whole lot easier to adjust your search strategy and actually discover what you're looking for. So today, I'm going to walk you through 5 big reasons you might not be finding the records you want, and how. Let's get started. Reason 1. The record was never created. Sometimes the harsh truth is this: the record you're searching for simply never existed. Not every place kept official records at the same time. For example, some US states didn't start recording births and deaths until the late 1800s or even early 1900s. Before that, unless a church or local clerk wrote it down, there just isn't a civil record to find. And then we have disasters, fires, floods, wars that destroyed courthouses and archives. Entire collections were lost in places like Chicago and Virginia, so even if your ancestor lived there, the records might be gone forever. This doesn't mean your search is hopeless. Instead, ask, what information was I hoping to get and where else could I find it? No death certificate? Try cemetery records, tombstones, or church burial registers. No birth record? Check baptism records, census data, or even family Bibles. Lost courthouse archives? Look for land deeds, tax lists, or newspaper notices. Genealogy is about being creative. If one door is closed, there's usually a side window waiting for you. Reason 2. Searching in the wrong place. Another common trap: looking in the wrong location. We often assume our ancestors lived and died in one place, but life doesn't always stay neatly within county lines. Imagine this: your ancestor lived their whole life in County A, but when they grew older, they moved in with a married daughter across the border in County B. Their death record? It's filed in County B, not A. Or maybe your ancestor traveled to a hospital in a nearby city. Maybe they went to stay with relatives after losing a spouse. Sometimes people even move states late in life. Don't just follow your ancestor, follow their family. Trace their children, especially the married daughters, because many elderly parents ended up in their homes. Once you know where the children were, check records in those places too. It feels like detective work, but when you find that missing death record in a county you never thought to search, it's an amazing feeling. Reason 3. The name isn't what you expect. Oh, names, the joy and frustration of every genealogist. Our ancestors didn't use names the way we do today. They could appear under completely different versions of the same name, and that throws off searches. Women are a classic example. Instead of Mary Smith, you might find her listed as Mrs. John Smith. Or maybe she remarried and shows up under a different last name entirely. Men could appear with just initials J.T. Brown instead of James Thomas Brown. And nicknames? They were everywhere. Catherine could be Kate, Katie, or Kitty. Margaret might be Maggie, Peggy, or even Daisy. When you can't find someone, loosen your grip on the spelling. Search for initials. Try their middle name instead of their first. If you know all the surnames from multiple marriages, test each one. And always keep nicknames in mind. I like to keep a little cheat sheet of common historical nicknames. It's saved me more than once. Reason 4: spelling and transcription errors. This one might sound simple, but it's a huge problem. Old handwriting was hard to read. Clerks wrote what they thought they heard. And later, volunteers who indexed those records sometimes made honest mistakes. So suddenly, the surname Schneider becomes Snyder. McPherson shows up as McPherson. Even the very common name Johnson might appear as Johnston, Johnson, or Johnson. Don't give up after one spelling. Play around. Drop part of the name. Search just the last name with a date and place, or just the first name with an approximate year. Some websites like Ancestry or Family Search have sounds like or wildcard search options. Those are a lifesaver. But smaller local sites often don't, so you may need to get creative. And sometimes, nothing beats manually browsing through records page by page, especially in a smaller archive. Reason 5: the record is there but hidden. Here's the sneakiest reason. Sometimes the record does exist, but it's hiding where you don't expect it. Maybe a marriage license is filed under a different county because the couple eloped. Maybe a death certificate is indexed by the hospital's district instead of the family's hometown. Or maybe the online database looks complete but actually only covers certain years. This is why it's so important to read the fine print. Websites like Family Search or state archives usually list exactly which years or counties are included and which are missing. If you're searching outside those ranges, you won't find anything, even if the record exists offline. If you're stuck, double-check the database description. Call or email the county clerk, library, or archive. Sometimes the records are sitting in a box on a shelf, just not scanned or indexed yet. I can't tell you how many times people think the record doesn't exist, when in reality, it's just not online. A phone call or an in-person visit can make all the difference. So, to wrap it up, the most common reasons you're not finding records are because they were never created, you're looking in the wrong place, the name is recorded differently, spelling errors are hiding it, or the record is buried where you don't expect it. Genealogy can be a puzzle, but with patience and flexible strategies, you'll start uncovering pieces you didn't think you'd ever find. If this video gave you some new ideas, make sure to hit that subscribe button and click the bell so you won't miss future tips. And before you go, join our membership to support us so we can keep creating helpful videos like this. You can also join our premium membership chat support if you ever hit a breakdown in your research. We'll walk with you step by step until you're back on track. Thanks for watching and happy researching.